Okay, in reading today, you will be listening to Charlotte's Web being read to you on the video below in the Padlet. So you can just play that and listen to that being read. I would like for you to have the book with you. Most of you have received one in your packs last week. So be reading along along in the book as it's being read to you. I would really like for you to be noticing the words and the language that you're hearing and that you're seeing as you're going. The other thing that we are doing, and I do apologise for my shortness of breath, I've pretty much not very well at the moment, so which is why I'm putting the videos up for you to read, to listen to someone else read them rather than me, because it's a bit challenging at the moment. So your activity today is going to be to listen to the book, the first chapter of Charlotte's Web being read to you. And then I would like you to be practicing your thinking about your reading. So when we're reading, make an effort to notice what you're thinking or wondering or visualizing in your mind as that story is being read to you. And today we're going to concentrate on, what do you think? What is this story making you think of as you're listening to it? And I'm just going to give you a bit of an example of what I was thinking as I was reading through it. I'm not going to start at the beginning. I'll just read a little bit. You don't need to follow along in your books, but just listen. "But it's unfair," cried Fern. "The pig couldn't help being born small, could it? If I had been very small at birth, would you have killed me?" When I read that, that makes me think that we often like to treat animals and our pets as if they are human. And so that there, if you have a look at that, okay, I've written that down here. So I am thinking that we often like to treat animals and our pets as if they are humans. Okay, I'll keep reading. Mr. Arable smiled. "Certainly not," he said, looking down at his daughter with love. "But this is different. A little girl is one thing, a little runty pig is another." "I see no difference," replied Fern, still hanging on to the axe. "This is the most terrible case of injustice I ever heard of." A queer look came over John Arable's face. He seemed almost ready to cry himself. "All right," he said, "you go back to the house and I will bring the runt when I come in. I'll let you raise it on a bottle like a baby. Then you'll see what trouble a pig can be." Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm thinking that Mr. Arable is a really kind and he's a really loving father, and that he wants to do something special for his daughter. So originally he was going to go get rid of the baby pig that wasn't very strong or big, and Fern, his daughter, has convinced him that she would like to keep it because she doesn't think that it's fair, and he wants to do something special for her. So I'm thinking that he's a really kind and loving dad. And then the other thing that I am thinking is that it would be fun, and I'm writing this in my book, I'm thinking that it would be fun to have a piglet as a pet. But I'm not so keen on a full-grown pig in my backyard. So there are three different thoughts that I was thinking as I was reading that. What I would like for you to do today, as you listen to the story being read, and you can pause it, or you might like to listen to it all the way through and then write down. But I'd like you to think of at least two things that the story made you think of, that you can write down and share.